Hello everybody and welcome back to day 4 of the Zane Tediore Allegiance playthrough. We are going to change up our spec a little bit just for the level grind. I'm going to do clone and drone. Just having the clone is going to help us a lot with grinding out all the claptrap bots. Okay, so that's enough talking. Let's jump into it. But before we go level claptraps, I think I'm going to get a new anarchy. So we're going to jump back into the Guns, Love, and Tentacles DLC. Yay! Here's one. Probably right off the rip. 9 too? Yeah, that's a bit of an upgrade.
Those people are freaking idiots.
Oh, we can get the Seeing Dead mod too while we're doing claptraps because they can drop from them. Okay, now that we're done leveling, we're going to go ahead and put in our final spec. This is the Chain Zane build from Moxie. It'll be linked in the description. Because we're going to end up using our cryo cannon and our barrier. We get increased damage by shooting through the barrier. Our purple tree. Alright, so what we're going to do now is go to the arms race. And we're going to farm a dark army. Since your gear doesn't matter, it seems like a good place to start. Hey, why's it always got to be so many damn dogs? God dang, ammo. Come on, let me get a freaking break. Ah, no dark army. Yo, I'm definitely gonna break the rule of Tediore only in arms race, because it would just be ridiculous to wait for Tediore only. Easy peasy. I'm about to cheese it with a vault card item. F it. Let's do it. I'm gonna cheese it. And that's how you cheese it. You can give yourself a vault card items if you didn't know that. We cheesed our way here. You know they want to give it to us this time. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I did. Yes! Fuck yeah, dude. Alright, now I have to not be a moron. And we're good. Well, let's go get a new revolter. Health, adaptive, health charge, doesn't really matter. Okay, hit this, and we're gonna switch to mayhem-11. And we're gonna farm a new anarchy as well. It's something. It's kind of a shitty one. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of a shitty one. Okay, so new day. We ended up getting the needle gun on stream last night. And we also got this dark army on stream. But I wanted a corrosive version, so I went back and farmed. I didn't end up getting a plus unfortunately, but I did get a plus. We're keeping this anarchy shotgun. So for guns that I actually want to use like end game, I want to go get a baby maker. So I think we're going to move on and go farm that. And just like in the last video, the baby maker does come from this right here. So unfortunately you do have to walk all the way around. As far as I know, there might be a skip. If you boot as quickly as possible, those guys won't follow you into the next round. Probably would have been better to show it off without the dark army in my hands, but since the baby maker itself isn't actually that good of a gun, and we just got the highest damage I think you can get, so even though it doesn't have an element, I think we're gonna just keep this one. And now we're gonna move on to get the Scorpio. I never used that gun, never had it. Could be good. Scorpio is gonna come from Lieutenant Preston, and he's in the Tediore ruin. Is in this room right here. It's right before you ride the elevator up. Okay, now that we've made it to this room, we're still in Mayhem 1, so what we're gonna do is ride this elevator up. And there's a new use station at the top here. Once you get up to the top of the elevator, you cross the bridge. Make sure you hit this new use station. Then we can flip it back up to Mayhem 11. And the elevator should be at the bottom again, so now you can just jump straight down the hole and he'll spawn right there. Scorpio XL. So this actually can't come in an element at all. So its special ability is its throw. Apparently can... Oh yeah. It turns into a sweet little turret. And it shoots rockets. Non-splash damage rockets though. Dang. I mean, it seems like the shield's made of toilet paper. Can you just like put out a bunch of them? Go turrets, go! Oh no! They're dropping like flies. So the next gun we're gonna go after is called the Horizon. It's in the Voracious Canopy inside the family jewel. It's from an enemy called Maxitrillion. You might know who he is because he's the robot with the spinny hands that reflects all damage back to you. When you're in the ship, he's right here in this room. It's the room with the globe and stuff in it. But before you do that, walk up here and hit this, trigger that, so you don't have to go as far. And we can go ahead and switch it over to Mayhem 11 and get to farming. Well, that worked out. Cartel spawned multiples of them, so we got our first horizon. So pretty much the only cool thing about this shotgun is that when it's thrown, it turns into a singularity grenade. So it pulls enemies to you. Otherwise, there's not really a reason why you would take this over an Anarchy. The next gun we're gonna grab is the Sacrificial Lamb. It's in the Guns, Love, and Tentacle DLC in the Skitter Mall Basin. It's in this area right here. It's a 3-part quest. There's not really any reason to come get this shotgun unless you're doing an Allegiance run or a Collections run. Because the only thing it does is its reload heals you. But we're going to go ahead and get it just to say we did. This is going to be your closest spawn point right here. And you get the first part of the quest from him. It's part 3 that it gives you the shotgun on. Oh, you just want some flowers. If you get to this part of the 3-part quest and you're like, where the hell is that mushroom? It's right there. It doesn't like have a glitter effect to it. Give him the mushroom. If you're having trouble getting his 3rd quest, it seems like you have to beat the end boss of the DLC to get the 3rd quest. Give him an egg. And now that we've finished this quest, here's the shotgun. Its special ability heals player for 25% of thrown weapons damage when it explodes. At max level, its damage is very weak. But if you were to grab this on normal mode, it might be a lot of fun. Our next gun is from the Wendigoon. You have to fight him through the main story quest, but he'll be right here. And this is in the Cankerwood. Here's a quick tip for you guys that have to run through the map to go farm a certain item, especially if you're using one of my guides. When you put it on Mayhem 1, make sure you re-roll it to Speed Demon. So then you can kill a few mobs and just be flying. Even if you're not on Zane, when you walk by stuff and kill it, see the red flashing? That's the Speed Demon. And you just have to kill something every now and then as you're running. And it stacks too. And there's a save point and vending machines right outside the boss. Only 2 tries. But this shotgun's actually pretty cool. It fires darts that deal splash damage. It also does ricochet as well, so this would be a good gun for a Moze or Amara splash damage build. So because I don't have a good flame gun right now, I went ahead and put next to Maganoid on the Flama Diddle, and I'll be using it a little bit to gather our next gun. So the next 2 guns that we need both come from the Bounty of Blood DLC. You have to get far enough in the story mission that the blast planes are unlocked. Both the weapons are in there. So as long as you have that unlocked, you should be able to collect both of them. So I'll see you guys when we get there. We gotta make sure we fit the part. Yeah, that's the stuff. Okay, once you're at the blast planes, we're gonna go fight the Bronsons. They're up here. And they're gonna drop their Brightside shotgun for us. I wish these things scaled, because they make such a cool noise to do nothing at all.
Not so big and bad now, oh yeah!
Pretty awesome, we just got our first try. So for this shotgun, its legendary ability is, when it explodes, mid-air it spawns 4 Brightside copies that shoot at nearby enemies. Each copy shoots in a different element and explodes after 3 seconds. Clone elements are always fire, corrosive, cryo, and radiation. And personally, it has a really high pellet count and a nice amount of damage to boot. Okay, the next thing we have to do is kill Slithermaul. So if you're coming from the entrance, which is down here on the right, up here to the left on this platform. Okay, if you're having trouble getting up here, you look at this rock face, jump here, and up on this edge, it should grab. There we go. Sorry, I can't remember which one.
I left that in to make you look stupid.
Oh, it only took 4 runs. So this is actually a laser. If you play the pre-sequel and it even makes the same sound. And its reload is a drone that'll follow people for 8 seconds dealing element damage. Okay, and for our last 2 guns for our completionist run, we need the P.A.T MK2 and 3, and they both come from the Psycho Creek DLC. And one comes from our quest, the other one comes from Sponge Boss Bullet Pants in the Crimson Castle, so we'll see you there. So to get the P.A.T MK3, we're going to kill Sponge Boss Bullet Pants. This is where you come into the Crimson Castle, or Castle Crimson, sorry. And he's right here next to the third catapult right before you get to break the wall. And he'll spawn out of that door.
Snap!
Feller sure does have a lot of HP. I mean, this is a needle gun. Here's the gun I'm using on him, just to show you how much HP he has. Two tries and we got one. It's not even that bad of a roll, and it came with next 2 mags. Now this one I'll probably use for my in-game takedowns, because my chat yesterday kept telling me this gun was amazing, so I saved it for last. So apparently this thing becomes a walking... Okay, it talks too. But apparently this weapon turns into a turret that could shoot laser beams. Okay, and to get the P.A.T MK2, you're gonna need to pick up this quest. It's right in front of the door near Evil, Lilith, and the good ones.
Well, hello. And what's your name?
He wants these gigantic bullets. What the?
Yum. Please dispense more ammo. Magazine near capacity. Please dispense more ammo.
The way he runs. Ass hat. Okay, so if you've never incubated a gun out of your ass before, this quest is definitely worth doing even if you have the P.A.T MK3, because the P.A.T MK2 is just a worse version of the 3. There's no reason to really use it, but definitely check out that quest. So, almost forgot about the Serve Boss Execute. You get the quest to unlock Anointed X2 and X3 from Hammerlock.
I have a quest.
During the side quest, you actually kill them. This is where they spawn. So if you're unlucky like me, they will respawn when you reset the anvil area. They're right in front of me now. And if you don't know what this does, it has a debuff when you throw it at them. It adds 50% damage for 12 seconds when you hit like a boss or an enemy with this. That's the only point of this gun. It's kind of a terrible gun to actually use, but you want to have one on every Vault Hunter just to debuff really big bosses. Not to mention, this whole place erupts when you go to farm this gun, so keep that in mind. Okay guys, sorry I cocked this episode up pretty hard. I've learned my lesson to not turn a stream into a video. It doesn't flow right. It doesn't look like my normal style. So I learned, but if you made it this far, thank you for liking and subscribing. We'll see you in the next one. Bye!